All right, I'm Larry Greenlee. I'm speaking of retired first sergeant, coach, and trainer. He's going to go by the name of Eric. He do not want this disseminated on any public forums such as Facebook, MySpace, and anything like that.
Is that MySpace?
No, they don't have MySpace. It's still around though. We're speaking in reference to weight training and training, bodybuilding, and first, let me say hi.
Oh,
All right. All right. As a coach and a trainer, what are your top 3 things you expect from your clients?
one would be honesty, discipline, and the willingness to at least try.
When at least try. Is okay. So, what would you say your biggest challenge you'll face while training others?
I think for me the biggest challenge would be one, people just all of a sudden by way of just watching television or watching movies and stuff like that, for some reason just come about. I want to start working. I want to get fit. It could be a number of different reasons. One, they can't fit something they used to be able to fit, something that was a favorite item, or started getting too tight, or something somebody said or made a comment about. Hey, you look like you're gaining weight, or you look like you're gaining weight. And from there, it's like, okay, well, I need to start working out. So if they just happen to choose me or talking to me about different things, the one thing, as we go into a workout, if I choose to work with them, is to say that the toughest thing would be to get them to understand and believe, first understand what's going to transpire, what's going to happen when they first start working out. Everything's not going to be peaches and cream, and just because you worked out the very first day by doing a little bit, because you'll start slow, doesn't necessarily mean that at the end of that session, all right, you done lost 50 pounds, like most people do. A lot of things people do is after the first session, because they sweat a little bit, go jump on the scale, all right? And then automatically assume that, hey, okay, this is working. But then the next day, they jump on the scale, or 2 days later they get on the scale, and it looks like nothing is actually happening. Now they're getting discouraged and losing their mind. So the biggest thing will get them to understand that, hey, what you're going through each day, one, is going to take time. Then two, you have to believe in the process, and that it will work for you.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I know a lot of people speak about different age brackets when it comes to working out. Like you have your youth, like your teenagers that's just getting into high school, all the way to your elderly male and female. And sometimes you have personnel with disabilities. So as a trainer, how would you go about training an elderly male or female, and with the same workout plan work for either one?
For me, I'd go about training. I would first have to know the history. That's the first thing I have to know about. I would have to know, the history in terms of, are there limitations that will preclude these individuals from doing certain things. And for me, that would mean, and being totally honest, that would mean, those individuals having to seek, a physician's, not permission, but guidance on what could and could not be done. Because when we start talking about elderly individuals, because of our body and the way it breaks down over time, the slightest little thing you can do can set off something else. Other things are asking questions in terms of their history to find out, has the person been active? Have they been inactive? Because if they've been inactive and you get ready to start a program, and you just jump right into one with somebody, you asking for a lot of trouble. But at least an active elderly person, you can kind of gauge them to see exactly what they are.
Okay. With speaking in reference to a person with disabilities, how would you go about that? Is there any safety issues?
Well, there's a tremendous amount of safety issues, because that depends on what the disability is. You first have to know what the disability is, and then from there, you learn, what are the limitations within that disability. What are things they can do? What are things they can't do? I give you a perfect example. When I had knee surgery, I had 4 knee surgeries on my knee. All right. After my second knee surgery, one of the things that that my physical therapist told me, you know, was something, or told me not to do, was something that, you know, you have other folks and trainers wanting people to do. For example, doing that extended leg lift, you know, weights on. Very first thing he told me to do was stay away from that at all costs. You know, do not even do it. All right. So if you don't know the limitations, then you know you're risking causing more damage than you are any good.
Okay. All right. I understand doing workouts and training personnel, you come across different attitudes and that causes you to be upset or work in a different manner. So what would you say you have a low tolerance for?
Well, one, I don't think anything would make me mad in terms of that. You know, where I would change, because my method is simple. My sole purpose is to work with that individual, right? But as I work with that individual, I have to get to know that individual, you know, in order to know what their strengths and weaknesses will be. But the one thing that will really, you know, get me going is excuses. It's excuses why I can't make excuses. You know, to be totally honest, I would not work with a female. It's honest, good, it's true. I would not work with a female. If I'm going to work with a female, I would ask her this question. You know, number one question: you want to work out? Why do you want to work out? If the answer is anything other than because I want to, you know, you work out for me, I want to, you know, become healthier, you know, I want to, you know, get in shape. You know, if it's anything other than that, I will not work with the individual. Because if the individual say, well, I want to look fine, you know, get this way for my boyfriend, my husband, for this person, that person, won't do it, because the minute they have an argument, the minute that person's that upset, they ain't come to the gym. So all the effort and time you put into them, it's like,
I understand that. I can understand. Okay, so doing workouts in the gym. I know you see a lot of power lifters. You see people that just getting into working out and tend to put too much weights on the barbell before they actually can. What type of injuries can occur from that, and how do you prevent injuries?
The way you prevent injuries in physical fitness is first through education. That's where it starts, right? Learning first and foremost, you know, how to properly, you know, do certain reps with certain weights. That's the number one thing. One of the biggest things that have happened in the gym in terms of injuries that I have seen has been you know, torn rotator cuffs or some kind of muscle injury. Because typically, especially within males, you know, typically we tend to go into the gym knowing we haven't been there and God knows when, and we're out there going out work out with a partner of ours who's been working out for a while. First thing they do, they want to lift heavy weights. Wrong answer.
I understand. You gotta, and like you said, to prevent injuries inside the gym and outside the gym is education. Know your limitations.
Education. So if you with a decent trainer, he'll figure out what your limitations are.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time now. I'm going to end this session. My name is Larry Greenlee, Ethnology Report for Southwestern Illinois College. Speaking with First Sergeant, trainer, coach, Eric. And once again, he would not like this to be disseminated through social media, inside the classroom only. And that's a wrap. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Typically, I tell you to bring a better camera.